Hello and welcome or welcome back to the What is K-pop podcast with. Hi, my name is Sophie. I've been doing this podcast for 2 years, been into K-pop for 5, and just I feel like I've been doing it forever. A little bit, just tiny part of me does sometimes wonder, have I been doing this forever? Will I ever not be doing a podcast? I don't know. So today I'm actually alone for the day. I've been to record this before, but I didn't like how I was phrasing some points, and I feel like I was getting myself in a bit of a muddle. Yeah. So today we're alone. It's just me and Petal because my mum and my dad take my sister back to uni. We're actually on the way back home now, so you know we have we have time, but not too much time. Time for a good time. We're weird. We love to be weird around here. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the Katseye stuff and how, all signs point to Manon should live in Katseye. Like, and it's giving annoying. It's giving bitching at the end of the playground. It's it's annoying, and I need to be fair, should I? So, for anyone who doesn't know who Manon or Katseye is, hi, welcome. Um, so basically, Katseye is a group formed between Hype and Deccan Records. They debuted in 2024 with the song Debut and released stuff in June and had their first proper release in August of the same year. They released the song Gnarly back in late April 2025, which has been very viral. You might have heard of them from that. And then went on to release the EP Beautiful Chaos, promoting Gabriella and Game Boy, I think, for the most part, with regards to that album. They've released My Way, Tonight I Might, uh, Touch. This is I'm Pretty, MIA, and Mean Girls as well. Most recently, they have released Internet Girl to much criticism, and today they have released Pinky Up. Am I going to listen to it? I'm probably going to end up hearing it. Do I want to listen to it? No, I just want to be left alone. I don't, I don't get it. I don't like it. I'm not enjoying it. I'm really not enjoying Katseye at all. Like, it feels nasty in Icon Land, and I'm not, I'm not gonna do it if it, I, it's not enjoyable for me anymore, and I don't, I don't want to not be into the group because I really did enjoy them, but it's not nice. So yeah, Manon has actually talked about like the group for the cover story of Nylon, which was released just before her. It was released recently, but made before her hiatus. So she's talked about so the quote is, being in a group is just about good communication and setting good boundaries and building a friendship, also work relationship, and always remembering that it's a shared goal that we have. obviously not everyone's always going to be on the same page about everything, but we all are at or have been learning and are finally coming to a point where, for the group's sake, you give and you take, you pick your battles. Yeah, I think my annoyance with it is is that Hybe, I think they wanted her they wanted her in the group because of her visuals. And then obviously when she wasn't doing like well with the T&D, I don't want it to sound as though I don't want it to sound as though I'm just like going straight for her race, because it's not necessarily that. But I think given her platform, she could have very well have spoken up about being kicked out and it becoming a race thing, and then they would have had an even bigger problem on their hands, even with like it being against NDAs and stuff. And it feels bad for me to say it like that because I don't know if she necessarily would have said anything. She might not have done, but I don't know. Like there is some level of potential that, she could have, spoken up about Hyde picking her out, and, her race. She could have thought it had respect to it. It might have done. I feel really bad for saying that. But I mean, it's out there now, I guess. Um, and like now, kind of, she's alluded to the idea that there have been some racism occurring, which I'm not at liberty to say if it did or did not happen, since I'm white and I'm not touching that shit with a 10-foot pole. It's it's a difficult it's a difficult kind of thing to really talk in regards to, since it's a situation that is so different and so unique. Like, I think if it had been Lara who had been mistreated and her getting the treatment that Manon's gotten, and like it had been Lara who had not turned up to her rehearsals in the same way because she's more outspoken, it would have come out more. And I do think it is. I do think there is some level of racism because of like that goes on within the group, because there's like the Nasha comment from when like the documentary, I think it was when the documentary came out, she posted on Lara's Instagram like, or when the group was announced, like she said like, oh, you better like do it well for the black and the brown girls, and Hype didn't shut that shit down. Like, it's love indirect and racism. I'm shit. And that when she wasn't working as hard during T&D, it was because of like how she perceived work-life balance as a Swiss person, which is that racism? Is that is that a different term? I don't know. I don't. I don't actually know. I'll have to inquire on my dad about that. He might know. But yeah, it's a difficult thing for me to say as to whether or not she has done anything wrong. Because I personally think that Manon has worked hard, but I said this before when I was recording before. I think if you're going to be an idol, you need to be in the right health space to be able to do that. And I think with Manon, she unfortunately has the health of a sickly Victorian child. Like, she picks up everything, which, that's fine. You can work on that stuff. Like, you can go to the doctors and get, like, supplements. You can eat better. You can do those things to improve your health. It's just that you have to be supported by people. And, that documentary should never have come out given how much backlash it put onto the group. Like, I get wanting to see the journey of how Katseye became Katseye, but I really think that they should not have done that because it led to the direct detriment of all of the girls. All of them suffered because of that documentary. And loads of people were both defending and criticizing Manon for not being, like, not preparing, like, not working hard enough, but then also working hard, not being able to do like a challenge, and then still getting criticized from it because she was ill with COVID. Like, it was a horrible time, and I don't even think there's ever been a nice time being an icon, to be honest. Like, it was nice seeing their successes, and like nice seeing different sides of them with Gnarly, but then all the criticism that came from that song, it's just not fun anymore. And trying to navigate the the political stuff of it all and not fully understanding the whole racism thing due to my own like preferences. Like, I don't want to learn about that stuff because it makes me feel sad, and like that whole stuff, like, I'm willfully ignorant in that regard, and I want to stay like that. It's just difficult when I want Manon to be with the group, but I don't think that being in this environment is good for Manon from both a health and a well-being perspective. Like, I would gladly see her in a group that doesn't, perform in the same way as Katseye does. Like, maybe forming in a group like the not the Pussycat Dolls, sorry, and like the Sugar Babes and Atomic Kitten and like those sorts of groups. Like, yeah, I think she would actually be really good with that sort of stuff. I just don't think that performing as a K-pop idol, as like a global idol like she does in Katseye, is good for Manon, because then she could like work on her building up her immune system and her stamina and all of that stuff. Like, I want her to do well. I know she has the abilities to do it, but Katseye is not the right space for her. And like, maybe the group isn't a good fit for each other either. Like maybe Daniela should be in a Latin group where she can explore her Latin roots. Megan, she was a J-pop trainee. Maybe she should have been in J-pop, or you know, still been a dancer. Like I don't think Katseye is so toxic, and it is just it's like I keep on saying it's not fun. It is like being back in school again and not at the fun points. Um, it's not looking good for any of it, and I just wish that Hype would kind of pull the plug on it all. Like, honestly, pull the plug on Prelude too, because that group has so many problems already. I don't think uh, what was that first girl's name? Emily. I don't think Emily has any problems, but Samara with her controversies, and then Lexi leaving Dream Academy, and then kind of having not really controversies, but like leaving to pursue her dreams of becoming a music producer, and then willingly coming back and being a part of Hive, and with like Hive America being led by Scooter Braun, and like just burn it all to the ground. Just pull the plug. Don't bother. I'm tired. You're tired. We're all tired. I just want a drink and carry on watching a J-Hope performance. I want no part of it. But yeah, obviously, if Manon does end up leaving Katseye, then I will talk about it. Do I really care though? Not not really. It used to be fun. Yeah. It was fun whilst it lasted. Thank you as always for listening, and I'll talk to you guys again very, very soon. Bye.